What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Realistic Career Mode. This is episode number 20 and we start today's episode on the back of my most humiliating loss as Everton manager. Yep, the 3-0 cup set as Blackburn Rovers of the Championship knocked us out in embarrassing fashion, and it wasn't like we lost by a single goal, you know, after a deflection or an unlucky own goal or a debatable penalty. No, we got played off the park by the second tier side, and that is unacceptable. So heading into the start of today's episode here, I thought, okay, we haven't won a game in several now. We've been on an absolutely abysmal run of form. We dropped to 7th in the table when at one point we were just 2 points off the league leaders. I said, Antonio, you asked me if James Tarkowski was available in the last episode. I said, let me have him for the Blackburn Rovers game and I'll make my mind up after that. Well, after we were beaten 3-0, I thought, when can you get the train up to Liverpool, mate? So yeah, Antonio Conte comes into my office, not for the first time, and I'm sure not for the last time in this save. The amount of transfers we've done between Spurs and us throughout the course of this save so far is crazy. And for £20 million, James Tarkowski is now a Tottenham Hotspur player, and I really like that as well because it's quite realistic, you know. I mean, Tarkowski has been linked to Spurs before. He was linked with Spurs before his move to Everton in the summer from Burnley. Obviously, you know, he's 31 years old now, and fair enough, Conte will probably want someone younger, but Tarkowski is a homegrown player, trained in the nation, helps with the European registration rules, as we know, and he's a good squad player. You know, Tarkowski will know his role there. He's got good Premier League experience of several years. I quite like that. You know, I thought it was quite a realistic transfer there. And again, as I said in the last episode, you know, for me, this save is all about realism. You know, if it was Barcelona putting in a bid, obviously I'm going to turn it down because, you know, let's be honest here, Barcelona don't want James Tarkowski. Well, as far as I'm aware. Now I've said that, watch him move in the summer transfer window. But, you know, the likelihood is, you know, he's going to stay in the Premier League. If he goes to a bigger team than Everton, the likelihood is it'll be one of the traditional top 6 in the Premier League. And I would say that out of the top 6, Spurs is probably the most realistic place he could possibly go. So that made a lot of sense to me. And, you know, as I said as well, like, if a player, you know, has interest from a top 6 Premier League team, the chances are they're going to want to go. I mean, look at Moises Caicedo, you know, recently with Brighton, you know, handing in that transfer request. He's not been there for too long, ultimately, of course, but, you know, massive chance for him to leave, get Brighton a massive transfer fee in the process as well. But even though Brighton are having a fantastic season, and there is no reason why Brighton couldn't qualify for Europe next season with the way that De Zerbi's got Brighton playing. I mean, why not, right? They've got a really good team, some great youngsters. Mato's been amazing this year. Why not? But, you know, we all know that the traditional big 6 in the Premier League, if you will, there's a prestige that comes with playing with those clubs. It's not just marketability, but you know that your chances of playing in Europe year in, year out are a lot stronger than possibly if you play for a mid-table side like a Brighton, for example. So that's why Caicedo wanted to leave. So if this was real life, Tarkowski would say, Gaffer, you know, I'm 31 years old. I'd love the chance to play in Europe. Please let me go. You know, let's be honest here. So I think Spurs is a realistic destination, and I wouldn't want to stand in his way. You know, I think for realism it was the right thing to do. Anyway, first game of today's episode, and it's another loss. Goodness gracious me, what is going on? Everton right now are in free fall. Worst run of form in the save, let alone the season. And following that, the captain comes to me and says, hi boss, hope you don't mind me catching you like this, but the lads have asked me to talk to you. They're a bit worried that the club isn't meeting their demands. It doesn't feel like a team that's motivated to win anything this season. We're hoping you'll be able to let us know what plans you have to improve the situation. And Jordan, well, I've sold Tarkowski, one of our better players. I'm not going to say I've got a plan in mind. I'm kind of winging it, but I will try and do something. I will try and bring someone in, because at the moment we are struggling mightily. Away at Stamford Bridge, a 2-1 loss, and the poor run of form continues for the Toffees. And heading into this game, I was thinking, right, this is probably the only realistic game in January we've got where we could possibly win. We've been dumped out of the FA Cup by Blackburn. Most humiliating loss is my tenure at Everton right now. You know, we still got Liverpool away at Anfield as well. We've just been beaten by Chelsea away. This has to be a win. If I can't win this game, then I don't know when our next win is coming from. So Jordan, go into the Aston Villa game. Let's see how we feel after this one, right? So heading into the game, the perfect start. Changed my formation for the game. Went 4-4-2, and Dele Alli once again opens the scoring. Man, without Dele Alli, where would we be? Well, I'll tell you right now, not in the top 10, not in the Carabao Cup semi-final. This dude's been unbelievable for me this year, one of my best players, and I did not think I'd say that with him being out on loan at Besiktas last year. But we took the lead early through Dele Alli, then Callum Chambers receives a straight red card for a terrible challenge from behind. I was thinking, right, the stars have aligned. If I don't win this game, there is no chance of us finishing the top 10, let alone the European place. And when Enisu now levelled it for Aston Villa straight afterwards, I was thinking, oh my god, are we really that bad that we can't beat 10 men Aston Villa at home from a leading position? Well, as half-time came round, I got angry in the dressing room. I'm not an aggressive character, but I had to fire the boys up somehow, and right from kick-off, it worked. Demarai Gray sent through 1-on-1, and he gives us the lead for the second time in the game. It is 2-1 Toffees, and on the stroke of the hour mark, we should have gone 3-1 up. Great save on DCL, and then Dele Alli's header goes over the bar. Fortunately, whilst we couldn't get a 2-goal cushion, we would hold on. And Everton, after several games without a win and an abysmal run of form, my worst as Everton manager. Yes, don't adjust your television set. We have won a game of football. Finally, we've got a win 2-1, and it is embarrassing when you're holding on to a 1-goal lead at home to a mid-table side with a man advantage, but that shows you how poor we've been recently. But finally, we've got the win, and hopefully we can use that as the catalyst to kickstart our second half of the season. So, following game, and we now take on Newcastle. Second leg, Carabao Cup semi-final. We trailed 2-1 after our late defeat at Goodison after Isaac scored in stoppage time. Heading into this game, wasn't really expecting much. You know, I had a strong lineup out there. I wasn't going to throw in a towel, wasn't going to wave the white flag. It is only a 1-goal deficit, but I have to say, I probably could have been like 3 or 4 goals down here to the second leg. I picked for not bailing me out on a couple of occasions in the first leg. But I thought, you know what, just go out there, do what you can, attack, be aggressive, be assertive, and see if you can possibly get back on level terms in the tie. 25 minutes in, we did. Hudson-Odoi misses a sitter early, but instead assists DCL. As 26 minutes in, we're in front on the night and level in the tie. And I was thinking, okay, alright, we can do this. We can come from behind to knock out Newcastle United, the favourites in this tie, and make it through. No, we can't. Right from kickoff, Gabriel Martinelli, the former gunner, with an absolute beauty. Bends it in with the outside of the right boot into the bottom corner, and it's no chance for Pickford. Newcastle back in front in the tie, back on level terms on the night. And with 25 minutes to go, they were looking for the goal. It would be the dagger. We were still tied at 1-1, but they were pushing for the dagger, and Weston McKennie almost got it in brilliant fashion. That acrobatic effort going just over the bar, as we were still tied at 1-1 on the night, but still trailing over 2 legs. We needed a goal. We were still tied at 1-1 on the night. We were getting chances, and most of them were coming to this guy. And with 20 minutes to go, he's done it again. DCL, whose form this year has been very erratic. He's a streaky scorer. He scores in spurts, makes it 2-1. I was thinking, okay, alright. Do you know what? We could turn the game on its head and win this. And Hudson-Odoi with 11 minutes to go. But Everton up by a goal on the tie. Brilliant technique, brilliant skill, brilliant finish, and the former Chelsea man makes it 3-1. And in stoppage time, as Newcastle are on the brink of going out, and Dye beats McKennie to the ball, goes through 1-on-1, and wouldn't you just know it, the former Blade puts it past Nick Pope, and Everton come from behind to reach the Carabao Cup final, and the crowd go mild. What is that, EA? Are you serious? I want to see some limbs up in the heavens. That was the most casual celebration I've ever seen. But what an incredible turnaround victory. Newcastle 1, Everton 4. And later on, Hudson-Odoi and Njai get the goals to send us through to our first ever domestic cup final. We'll take on Manchester United. Everyone was thinking at that moment there when McKennie fired just over, oh, it's Newcastle's to lose. And it certainly was We scored those late goals through DCL, Hudson-Odoi and Ndai, and we have made it through to the Carabao Cup final. An incredible turnaround, and considering how bad our form has been recently, it's an absolute shock of a turnaround. But I would definitely say, what a response from the Toffees. Yes, we lost at Stamford Bridge, but we come back in the Premier League with that 2-1 victory against Aston Villa. And then we dump out Newcastle with 3 late goals as well. We're the comeback kings. And we've done it again. But that was today's episode of the Realistic Criminal, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. Save the date. We're going to Wembley. And I'll see you for the next episode of the Realistic Career Mode very soon.